All right, can the interpreter hear me? It's having to boot anyway. Sorry, it was the computer. Okay, thank you so much. Just give us one more second. Yeah, well, leave it right here. I'll do it when I go. Because I read it on mine and it works. So yeah, we used to have a really too, but that's what's wrong working. And so, anyways. Okay. So, thank you very much. I'll get this reinstalled. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Sorry, we're just having a few small computer issues, but I believe, fingers crossed, we have resolved them. It's taking a second for my computer to reboot. But I believe we have fixed it. Okay. All right. Thank you for your patience. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar.
Gracias por su paciencia. Estas son las vistas iniciales de las 11 de la mañana.
All right. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the first calendar of the month will also apply to these hearings.
Las órdenes judiciales en cuanto a la toma de huellas dactilares y muestras de ADN que se emitieron durante la primera lista de causas de este mes también se aplicarán a todas las audiencias del día de hoy.
Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Buenos días, señor. Por favor, su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Martín Valladares Luna, 10-06-85.
Martín Valladares Luna, 10-06-85.
All right, thank you. You've been arrested on the following allegations.
Muchas gracias. Usted fue detenido por las siguientes acusaciones.
Possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony.
Tenencia de una droga narcótica, delito de clase 4.
And possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a class 6 felony.
Y tenencia de arminículos para el consumo de drogas, delito de clase 6.
No, yo la recogí, estaba ahí, ya yo la recogí.
Oh, perdón, señor, ¿lo puede repetir?
Yo la recogí, ya vi un poquito la que tenía ahí, pues se la enseñé, vi un poquito la que tiene ahí, la recogí, se la enseñé. Y que no tenía droga, la que recogí.
I picked it up. There was only a little there. I picked it up right away. There was only a little there.
Okay, sir, please wait for me to finish, and then if you have any questions, you can ask them at the end.
Permítame, señor, que termine. Luego, si tiene preguntas, me las puede plantear.
I'm setting 2 court dates for you. This will be in the paperwork you get at the end of the hearing.
Voy a fijar 2 audiencias en su caso. Esas audiencias figurarán en la documentación que va a recibir después de la audiencia.
Your next court date is a status conference on August 20th at 8:30 in the morning.
Su siguiente cita judicial es una audiencia de actualización el 20 de agosto a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Your preliminary hearing will be August 22nd at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Su audiencia preliminar el 22 de agosto a las 8:30 de la mañana.
You will be released in this case pending your next court date.
Se la va a poner en libertad mientras espera su siguiente cita judicial.
The court did not find that the police provided enough information to support the allegation that what you had was fentanyl powder.
El juzgado determina que la policía no ha proporcionado información suficiente en cuanto a las acusaciones que supuestamente indican que usted tenía una cantidad de polvo de fentanilo.
No, era una bolsa vacía, estaban vacías.
No, they were empty. They're empty.
Okay, sir, please don't interrupt me. I'm trying to release you.
Okay.
Por favor, señor, no me interrumpa. Estoy tratando de ponerlo en libertad.
You still have to go to court because you're still being accused of this, but I am releasing you today.
Todavía tiene que acudir a sus citas judiciales porque se alega esas cosas en su contra, pero usted tiene que todavía acudir a sus siguientes sus derechos de libertad. Tiene que cumplir con sus condiciones de libertad.
Because I don't decide whether you actually did it. You get a jury trial for that.
Porque yo no tomo la decisión con respecto a si realmente ha hecho eso o no. Usted tiene derecho a un juicio oral por jurado.
So, talk to your lawyer about defending your case.
Entonces debe hablar con su abogado acerca de cómo pueden defender su caso.
You just need to know that if you miss a court date, there could be a warrant issued for your arrest.
Solo tiene que saber si no acude a una cita judicial, se puede emitir una orden para su detención y se le puede detener.
So don't lose your paperwork. The officer will give you a copy as you step out, and you should be released within a few hours. Thank you.
Entonces no pierda su documentación, el agente le entregará a usted su documentación y le pondrá en libertad en un par de horas.
Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
All right, if the interpreter could make a general call.
Yes, Your Honor, would you also like anyone to raise their hand if they do need an interpreter?
Sorry, that's what I meant by general. Sorry, I meant like a general call for service. Yes, thank you.
Of course, Your Honor, we just have to ask for specifics to be able to interpret what the judge says. So, ¿hay alguien más que requiere los servicios de la intérprete? En caso que sí, por favor, levante la mano.
Okay, do you see any hands, officers? Sergeant's going to check. Okay, we don't see any hands. Thank you so much. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Wysocki. Do I have Andrew Wysocki standing by? If you come to the podium after that, Juan Reyes, will you go to the chair? Right here, sir. All right, good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your, podium, sir? Podium, right here, sir? Okay, there you go. All right, hi, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Andrew Wysocki, March 7th, 1997.
Okay, thanks. You're on one new case and a warrant in a pending case. In the new case, you were booked in for possession of dangerous drugs. It's a Class 4 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I'm appointing a lawyer for you in this case. It'll be the same person that you have for your other pending case, which is number 4 on the calendar. In that case, you've been charged with possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Your next court date will be the same for both cases. It is August 11th at 8:30 in the morning. That is this coming Monday, August 11th. That's the status conference. Then you'll have a preliminary hearing in both cases on Thursday, August 14th at 8:30 in the morning, which is also next week. In the new case, the new dangerous drug case, I must hold you for a bail hearing. The reason that is true is that you've come in with probable cause for a new crime, a new felony, while you have a pending felony case. And the law says that you must be held for a bail hearing in that circumstance. I can't give you bail today in the new case, but you will have a bail hearing in 1 week. That's August 12th, 1:30 in the afternoon. You may or may not be found eligible for bail on the 12th, but you're not eligible today. And when you look at your paperwork, that will be called an evidentiary hearing because it is an evidentiary hearing. But the whole purpose of it is whether or not you can get bail. You'll see your lawyer the day before, and your lawyer will explain to you what that means. So that's the bail hearing is in 7 days. In the older case, I'm just going to affirm the bond set by the judge who issued the warrant for your arrest, and that is $1,000 secured. Don't try to post that, though, if you're still being held without bond in the new case, because you wouldn't actually get out. But you'll have the same lawyer for both cases, and you'll be back in court on Monday the 11th. If you'll step to your left, the officer's going to hand you your paperwork. Good luck.
Third row.
Mr. Reyes, Juan Reyes, and then Julia Gordon. Will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Juan Reyes, 10/12/90.
Okay, thanks. You're hearing a grand jury warrant. You've been indicted by a grand jury, which means they heard evidence, and they found probable cause to charge you with aggravated assault as a Class 6 felony. Looks like that is on the subsection of the statute is for firefighter, EMT, or medical personnel. That's a Class 6 felony. And threatening or intimidating, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. The alleged offense date for both of these is November 16th of 2024. You'll get a copy of the charges and police reports through your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing. in the downtown Superior Court in 1 week, which is August 12th at 8:30 in the morning. The address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge who issued the warrant. That is $7,500 secured with written release conditions that include, pardon me, not going to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with any alleged victim or witness, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
So am I getting released?
Thank you.
Third row.
All right, Ms. Gordon, Julia Gordon. All right, ma'am, come on in. And then Kathleen Straker, will you go to the chair?
Third row.
All right, hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Julia Michelle Gordon, 11/13/1990.
All right, thank you. You're here on 1 new case and 2 warrants. I'm going to start with your probation warrants on numbers 19 and 20 on the calendar. You were arrested on probation warrants that were issued for you on September 5th of last year, so about 11 months ago. You're on probation in 2 felony cases, and petitions to revoke your probation were filed in both cases after you got reinstated and allegedly immediately absconded. So that is violation of terms 3 and 5 that they are alleging. You'll get copies of those petitions from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in probation court. Your court date in probation court will be in 1 week, which is August 12th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. In each of these 2 cases, your bond is $1,000 secured for $2,000 total. If you bond out, be sure to comply with your written release conditions and call your PO within 72 hours of hitting the street. The number is on your paperwork. Now, you're also here on a new arrest. That's number 21 on the calendar. You're accused of possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 4 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you and giving you 2 court dates. The first is a status conference, August 20th at 8:30 in the morning. That's 2 weeks from now, with a preliminary hearing, August 22nd at 8:30. And in this new case, you don't have any bond or other release conditions because I did not find probable cause based on what the police submitted. They have to submit more than just the mere allegation that it was drugs and drug paraphernalia. I'm not even sure they said which type they allege it was. They just basically failed to meet the legal standard. So it doesn't mean, though, that the case is dismissed. The case is going forward, and I am giving you a lawyer and 2 court dates, but you don't have any additional bond or anything like that. So everything I just told you is on your paperwork. Your probation court date is next week. The 2 for the new case is the week after. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork, okay? Thank you. All right, Ms. Straker, Kathleen Straker, and then Aracelia Torres. Will you please go to the chair? I need Kathleen Straker first, please, and then Aracelia Torres. Aracelia, where are you? Are you waiting? There you go. Right, you just sit in the chair. Thank you. Hi, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Kathleen Nicole Straker, 7/1/75.
Okay, thank you. You're here on 4 warrants. 1 is a warrant in the pending case, and 3 are from probation cases. So I'm going to start with the one in the pending case. That's number 15 on the calendar. You've been charged in this case with possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and false reporting to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. And there was a status conference in this case on March 3rd. You weren't there, and a warrant was issued for your arrest. So your next court date in this pending case will be a status conference, August 11th, which is this Monday, 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing August 14th at 8:30. Those are both in the downtown Superior Court. Then in your 3 probation cases, there were warrants issued on March 13th for failing to appear at a revocation arraignment hearing, and warrants were issued for your arrest in all 3 of your probation cases. You already have a lawyer in all of these cases, and your court date for the 3 probation cases is going to be August 12th at 8:30, which is 1 week from today in the downtown probation court. All right, I'm just affirming all the bonds, which means in the pending case, the dangerous drug case, your bond is $1,000 secured. In each of these 3 probation cases, it is $750 secured. So I think that's $3,250. Yeah, you'll have to, I'm sorry, my math is failing me at the moment. It's 2,500, I think it's $3,250. I'm sorry, you have to do the math yourself, but it's 1,000 and then 3 times 750. So but anyway, everything's on your paperwork. If you bond out, comply with your conditions, call your PO within 72 hours, okay? Good luck.
I have a question for you
What's
now.
your question?
What if I can't do probation in Sonora Prison? Is that an option?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand.
If I can't do probation in Sonora Prison, is that an option?
Oh, you mean like reject probation?
Yes.
That's definitely an option. Talk to your lawyer. Your lawyer can give you advice on that. If that is what you end up wanting to do, your lawyer will help you do it.
Okay.
So definitely talk to your lawyer, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Got your paperwork.
There you go. Second row, closest to the door.
All right, Ms. Torres? And then Catherine Diaz, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Araceli Patricia Torres, 10/16/2000.
Okay, thank you. You're here on one new case and 3 probation holds in the new case. You're arrested for 1 allegation of theft of a means of transportation. It's a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is this Monday, August 11th at 8:30 in the morning for a status conference. Your preliminary hearing will be August 14th at 8:30, and that's all on your paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Then in each of your 3 probation cases, the probation department is alleging that this new arrest violates your probation.
Yes,
I'm giving you a lawyer in your probation cases. You go to probation court on August 12th at 8:30 in the morning for all 3 of those cases. And in each of your 2 felony probation cases, your bond is $500 secured. In the misdemeanor probation case, it's $250 secured. And in the new case, it is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody, because the court might otherwise have released you if you hadn't been on probation in 3 cases.
Yes.
So I believe your total bond across all 4 cases is $1,300 secured, but you can check my math when you get your paperwork.
Yeah.
Main release conditions are: do not contact the alleged victim in the theft of means case. Don't go to where he lives. And call your PO within 72 hours
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you do bond out. Everything's on your paperwork. All right, thank you. You just grab, oh, hang on. Make sure it's got your name on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He'll make sure it's yours. Just check with the officer. He'll make sure you get the right paperwork.
Jimmy?
All right, then Catherine Diaz, you can come in, please.
Second row.
And then Christopher Alvarez, we go to chair.
Do you need headphones?
Oh, okay. Looks like we need headphones. Thank you. Okay, just give us 1 minute, ma'am. We're going to get you the headphones. Okay. And after Ms. Diaz will be Christopher Alvarez. If you want to go to the chair, Christopher. Let's see what he looks like. He's a young guy. Very young guy in a black Nike t-shirt. Christopher Alvarez. All right, if you wait in the chair, sir. See the chair right there? No, wait in the chair, right there. So, yep, okay, perfect, thank you. Just trying to keep the train moving. Okay, can you hear me, ma'am? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Can you hear?
Check, 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 can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All righty. Ma'am, tell me your name and date of birth, please.
My name is Catherine Diaz, February 27th, 1961.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You're here on a warrant in a probation case. You missed a non-witness violation hearing, and there was a warrant issued for your arrest. I'm going to reschedule that hearing for 1 week from today, which is August 12th, 8:30 in the morning. I'm affirming the bond that the probation judge gave you, and that is $750.
Ma'am,
secured.
that's too much.
Well,
That's
you
too
missed the
much.
court
I
date,
even
and
my
that's what the
disability.
probation judge wants. The probation
Ma'am.
judge knows what he wants, and that's what I'm setting.
Ma'am, I live on my disability, Social
Well,
Security
ma'am,
check.
you've also not been coming to court or complying, and so
Ma'am, I've been
they've
sick
been
for my-
ramping up your bail. You're
I've
getting
been-
more bail because you keep
I've been sick for my ears, and I'm getting surgery, and my back went out. I have been real sick, and I have papers to
All right,
prove
ma'am, you're
that.
going to need to talk to your lawyer and the judge. All right, if you'll give him the headphones, we'll get your paperwork. Thank you.
Yes, so unfair. You're such an evil judge. 700. You take for that. You took my 300 last time from my bail.
Where you have her.
Evil lady.
Your Honor, quick minute.
Okay, sounds good, thanks.
We get her out of here.
Thank you.
This way.
I appreciate when they do that. They're like, you know, let's just do it. He seems to be pretty good, isn't he, Brad? I know, he seems like he came from downtown. But like, pretty on top of stuff, so like, yeah, like, you know, having to probably learn how to find people. But that's a special art, right? But otherwise, like. Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Alvarez, I'm ready for you, sir? Oh, I think you went to sleep. Okay, there we go. All right, and then Alicia Enos, we go to the chair, please. Right here, sir. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Christopher Alvarez, 1237.
Okay, thanks. You're here on 2 probation warrants. And in your case, it looks like petitions to revoke your probation were filed on July 10th. They allege that you violated terms 4, 5, and 15 of your intensive probation. You'll get a copy of those petitions from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date in probation court is 1 week from today, which is August 12th at 8:30 in the morning. And number 10 on the calendar, which is the Class 5 felony, your bond is $750 secured. And number 11 on the calendar, which is the drug case, the Class 6 felony, it's $250 secured for $1,000 total. If you do bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, and call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, this gentleman will have your paperwork for you. Thank you. It's Alicia Enos. And then I need Denise Zamudio to please go to the chair. Right here, ma'am. Thank you. Right there at the podium. Denise Zamudio. See if she's moving. There she comes. Okay. All right. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Alicia Luis Enos, 2393.
All righty, ma'am. You're here on a probation warrant. You are on probation for a Class 4 felony. There was a petition to revoke your probation filed on June 24th of this year. It alleges that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15. You'll get a copy of that from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date in probation court is 1 week from today. It is August 12th at 8:30 in the morning, and the address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you bond out, be sure to comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. This gentleman has your paperwork for you. Thank you.
Second row, closest to the door.
Then Ms. Zamudio, will you please come in, and then Sylvain Sigmund, will you go to the chair? I didn't need to stand up. I'm sorry, my back. Sorry. Bad feelings. Hey, I'm just going to stand up, man. I'm sorry. It's okay. My back hurts. It's threatening to hurt, I guess. Okay. All right. Ma'am, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Denise Zamudio, September 3rd, 1983.
Okay, thank you. You are here on 2 probation warrants, and in your case, petitions to revoke your probation were filed on October 22nd of last year. Those petitions allege that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your felony probation. I'm appointing a lawyer for you in both cases. You have the same next court date for both cases. It is August 12th, 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. And in your older case, the one where you've been reinstated a bunch of times, that bond is $500 secured. That's number 2 on the calendar. And number 1 on the calendar, your bond is $250 secured. So that's $750 total. If you do bond out, comply with all your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. He's got your paperwork for you. Thank you. Mr. Sigmund, Sylvain Sigmund.
Second row, closest to the door.
And then Wyman Whitman, will you go to the chair? I need Mr. Sigmund, please. Mr. Sigmund, he's got a white T-shirt on. He's about 55 and got a beard. He's bald. Mr. Sigmund, or I can take Mr. Whitman if you're ready.
I need everybody to be present, so we can get through this. Because you guys are holding it up, especially for someone that controls y'all freedoms. You gotta be present, let's go.
Here comes Mr. Sigmund. Okay, so Mr. Whitman, you'll be next. Thank you. Okay, right here to the podium, please, sir. All right, good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Sylvain Sigmund, 9369.
Okay, thank you. You're here on 3 things. 1 is a new arrest, and 2 are probation holds. In the new arrest, you are accused of possessing narcotic drugs. It's a Class 4 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for you, and your next court date is going to be this coming Monday, August 11th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference with a preliminary hearing August 14th at 8:30. And the address in downtown Phoenix for that court will be on your paperwork. You are on probation in 2 different felony cases, and the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. So I'm going to give you a lawyer in probation court and a court date there of August 12th at 8:30 in the morning, which is 1 week from today. In each of your 2 probation cases, your bond is $250 secured. In your new case, it's $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That's $550 total. If you do bond out, comply with all of your conditions. Be sure to call your PO within 72 hours of release. You step to your left, that gentleman has your paperwork for you. Thank you. It's right there. He's got your paperwork for you, sir. Everything I just told you is on it. Yeah, don't miss court, call your PO. All right, thank you. Mr. Whitman, Wyman Whitman.
Last one. He's the last one. Oh, yeah, he's the last one.
Mr. Whitman, if you're clean. After that, Adrian Carreno Castaneda, we go to the chair.
Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Wyman Whitman, 8/12/1978.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Whitman, you are here on 2 probation violation warrants. You're on probation in 2 different felony cases, and there were petitions to revoke your probation filed on July 17th of this year. They allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of those petitions from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in both cases. You have the same court date for both cases. It's 1 week from today, August 12th at 8:30. And the address for the downtown probation court is on your paperwork. You have a $250 secured appearance bond in each case for $500 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. Okay? You step to your left, this gentleman will hand you your paperwork. Good luck, sir. All right, Mr. Carreno?
Closer to the door.
And then after that, Anthony Smith. We go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Adrian Carreno Castaneda, 7/1/1999.
Okay, thank you. You're in a new case. You were booked into this court for possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. I'm setting 2 court dates for you. The first one will be a status conference, August 20th at 8:30 in the morning, which is 2 weeks from now. Your preliminary hearing will be August 22nd at 8:30. The address in downtown Phoenix and the dates will all be on your paperwork. And in this case, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. There are many people who come before the court on this charge, and I believe they actually did not know they may have been a prohibited possessor because of a juvenile conviction. So you're not accused of doing anything dangerous with this weapon. It is heavily implied that you were driving under the influence and may have hurt someone, but they did not book you for that today. Mm-hmm. So I've noted that in your order because of all of the things described about your arrest. The things that worry me the most are the implication of drunk driving and hurting people. I'm just saying, you need to be careful while this case is pending. Mm-hmm. Keep your nose clean, and don't think that you might not yet be accused of something in that. Right. But you're only before me on the weapons possession, and you're not accused of doing anything nefarious or suspicious with that weapon at the time that they found it. So I think it's safe to release you on this type of charge. Just comply with your conditions. They do include no weapons, no driving without a valid license. But other than that, that's all I have you for today is the weapon. So whatever might be going on in the rest of the case, that's not been put in front of a judge yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
What's your question?
So I wasn't even under the influence. I actually got hit. I'm the one that got hit. Okay. And then I've been trying to deal with trying to go through the FBI fingerprints and stuff with this stuff. Yeah. This was when I was a juvenile. Right, they told me it was sealed already. So I had well, talk to your lawyer. And I was under the impression because I was able to go to Cabela's, to the gun store. Right. No, as I'm saying, you're not I know. So talk to your lawyer, and I will tell you, when I was practicing, I never handled one of these directly myself. So I don't know the ins and outs, but the defense lawyers do. Okay. So go to court. Talk to your lawyer. I gave you a public defender. You are not the first person in this situation. Yeah. So talk to your lawyer and get some good legal advice. But in the meantime, somebody else's possession, don't touch any of that until you need to talk to your lawyer. You need to get good legal advice. Okay. So I truly don't know the answer, nor could I give you legal advice. I'm confused too. I'm just saying all you need to concentrate on is comply with every one of those orders. Do not miss court dates, and you'll be good to go. Okay. You're going to need to call into pretrial services. There's going to be an envelope with your stuff. Don't lose it because that's your instructions. When you get out, open it up, follow the instructions, call in, just do all that and show up, and your lawyer will take it from there. Okay? Okay. All right. Sounds good. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Mr. Smith? And then Melanie Susunkiwa, will you please go to the chair? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Anthony Smith.
Which date of birth, sir?
Oh, date of birth, 11/18/92.
Okay, thank you. You're here on one new Superior Court case and a warrant from Tolleson. So I'm going to start with the Superior Court case. You were booked in for alleged possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference in 2 weeks, August 20th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be August 22nd at 8:30. Same court, and the address is on your paperwork. And you qualify for release to pretrial services. So what you need to do, same thing I told that gentleman, is save that envelope. When you get out, open it up, call the number. They're just going to have you check in a few times. Generally, it's very, very easy. Don't go back to the scene of the crime. I think that's a park.
Yes.
And everything else is going to be on your paperwork. Don't possess any weapons. I think you might have some priors. So just comply with those orders. Come to court. Your lawyer will take it from there. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. You have the Tolleson one too. All right. So Tolleson, we do see for the smaller cities, we do this hearing for the smaller cities because they don't have their own jail. So you're also hearing the warrant for Tolleson City Court, and it is a failure to pay warrant and assault case. You've already been convicted. This warrant went out July 17th of this year. Your court date in Tolleson is going to be August 25th at 8:30 in the morning, which is about 3 weeks from now. August 25th at 8:30. I'm going to release you in this because they did not note that this was a failure to appear. It's a failure to pay.
Yes.
So as long as you go to court, we don't have any reason to hold you here. But if on the 25th you're not there, they are going to issue a failure to appear warrant. And then the next time we see you on that, you're going to get at least some bond. So, but this is only about money according to their warrant. So go talk to them on August 25th. That one you're just released on your own recognizance because that's a different court. So pretrial for the new felony, own recognizance for the warrant from Tolleson. Okay? Everything's on your paperwork. You'll be out in a few hours. All right? Good luck, sir. If you just grab that, you can step out. All right, Ms. Susan Kiwa? And then Joseph Gordon, will you go to the chair? Hi there. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Melanie Sasankiwa, 8/23/1993, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Here on a warrant from East Mesa Justice Court, it's a driving on suspended license ticket. It's a class 1 misdemeanor. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because we don't appoint lawyers in this kind of misdemeanor. You have the right to hire one at your own expense or to just represent yourself. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing in the East Mesa Justice Court on August 20th at 9 in the morning. That's 2 weeks from now. And this looks like a first failure to appear from a citation or a summons. So I'm going to give you a do-over. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. For most people, this is enough to convince them that it's better to go to court than get arrested out of the blue. But if that's not you, there's going to be a warrant issued for your arrest, and we will be able to see that you did get released from the jail, and that was not enough to convince you to go, and then you're looking at least a small bond. All right?
Yes,
so just show up and take it from there, okay?
Thank you,
Step to
Your
your left, you get your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Second
Mr.
row,
Gordon?
closest to the door.
And then after that, let's see, you know what, can I have, let's see, Lee Ramirez, okay, I apologize, Mr. Gordon. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I get people confused. No, you are next. After that, then Lee Ramirez, will you go to the chair, please? All right, Mr. Gordon, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Joseph Gordon, December 8, 1970.
Okay, thanks, you're here on a new case. You got booked in for 2 allegations of possessing drug paraphernalia. Those are class 6 felonies. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. You've got 2 court dates coming up that I'm setting. One is a status conference, August 20th at 8:30 in the morning. Then your preliminary hearing is August 22nd at 8:30. The address in downtown Phoenix is on your paperwork. And on this type of charge, you qualify for release on your own recognizance. So I'm releasing you in this case. I'm showing City of Phoenix cases for you, and so if you didn't see a judge at 10, I think you might be on the 4 p.m. calendar for the City of Phoenix. But check with the officers after court, and they'll tell you. Or did you see a Phoenix judge at 10? No?
No.
Okay, yeah. Most people walk in with pink paperwork if they already.
Okay.
Because Phoenix is in the same building. We share a building. So talk to the officers after court about whether you have Phoenix holds, but in this new felony case, I've released you, okay?
Okay,
all right, you step to your left, he's got the paperwork for you. Don't lose that paperwork, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir.
Third row, closest to the door.
All right, Mr. Ramirez? And then I'm going to do one more. Then Ajani Barbara Smith, if you'll go to the chair, you're going to be next, Ms. Smith. Hi, Mr. Ramirez, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Lee Ramirez, 12/20/79.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ramirez. You're here on a new case. You got arrested for criminal trespassing as a class 6 felony and obstruction of justice by the refusal to provide a true name. That's a class 2 misdemeanor.
Yes, because I'm sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
contemplating releasing you. So I always advise people, save that stuff for your lawyer, especially if I'm already releasing you. So let me finish, and then if you still have questions, you can say, okay. So I did find probable cause based on what the police submitted. That is not the same thing as being convicted. That's just probable cause for purposes of release conditions. So talk to your lawyer. I am going to appoint a lawyer for you.
Okay.
You can talk to your lawyer about that at your next hearing.
Okay.
That's going to be August 20th, 8:30 in the morning in downtown Phoenix. That's a status conference. Then your preliminary hearing is 2 days later on August 22nd at 8:30. The address is on your paperwork. And from what they can tell, you have little, if any, criminal history. I think I saw something in Nevada. Was that you? But it was nothing that was worrying me a lot. No, it was here. And it says it got dismissed out of Phoenix 2024. So I'm releasing you on your own recognizance with conditions. Those are, go to court. Don't have any contact with any alleged victim or witness. Don't go back to the scene of the alleged crime. I think it was a vacant place anyway.
Yeah.
So don't go there. And everything else is on your paperwork. So I'm releasing you. You get to defend your case and your lawyer will help you. But you are getting about the best result you can from me. So you don't want to say anything? Okay. Just grab your paperwork.
Well, I just want to say one thing. I didn't respond to them because I was kind of out of it. I was like, okay, I just woke up and then I had.
Yeah, and I didn't hold that against you. Sometimes I worry that we don't know exactly who you are if you haven't been fingerprinted yet or the results didn't come back. But when they found that earlier arrest, in my head, I'm like, okay, well then we do know who you are. I think it's safe to release you. I'm not holding. That's a misdemeanor. Just comply. You don't have much criminal history. Just go to court, talk to your lawyer, stay away from this place. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Third row, closest third door.
Okay, then Ms. Smith, if you'll come in, please. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ajane Smith, 6/17/96.
Okay, thanks. You're on a new case. You got booked in for possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference August 20th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. That's and August 22nd at 8:30 for the prelim. It's the same dates as your probable relative, Mr. Smith. Same dates. But you qualify for release on your own recognizance because you don't have much criminal history. The police didn't book you for providing a false name. They obviously didn't feel like it, and so I'm not really considering that. You don't have much criminal history. Show up for court. There will absolutely be a warrant issued for your arrest if you're not there, but I'm not going to make you call into pretrial because you don't seem to have much criminal history, okay? So everything's on your paperwork. Just keep that. Don't miss your court dates, okay? Oh, and stay away from, I think it was the park, right? Don't go there. All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, then I'm going to do the last two together because they have the same outcome and it saves time. So could I have Mr. Sinjini and Ms. Giles just come in together? Okay, right here at the podium, please. And starting with you, ma'am, can I have your full name and date of birth? Yeah, just come in together. You're going to have the same outcome. It just saves time.
Eva Giles.
Okay, thank you. And your name, please?
Dixon Ginny, the third.
Okay, thank you so much. And, I'm sorry, I didn't get your date of birth, ma'am?
June 26, 1985.
And yours, please.
December 7th, 1983.
Okay, thank you. You're both here because you got booked in on drug charges. And Ms. Giles, the allegation for you is narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony. And for you, it is dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And I'm appointing your own lawyer in your case. You're going to have identical court dates. It's a status conference August 20th at 8:30 in the morning. That's in 2 weeks. And a preliminary hearing August 22nd at 8:30, 2 days later. And everything is on your paperwork, including the address. I'm doing this together because I didn't find probable cause in either of your cases. No more conditions than that. You don't have bond, you don't have release conditions, you have nothing because I didn't find probable cause. But the case is not dismissed. So all the law says is that if I don't find probable cause, you're just entitled to be released with no conditions, but you still get a lawyer and you still get court dates. So I put some information about that on your paperwork. Read that. There's even a number you can call a few days ahead of time to make sure is your court date going ahead. But if the police just didn't provide enough legally sufficient support that what they allege you had was illegal drugs. They have to get over the mark. And even though I see, the suspicion of that, et cetera, they have to meet a legal minimum, and they did not in either of your cases. So the only thing that affects is release conditions today. And by the way, both of you, I think you had very low risk. I would almost certainly have released you anyway. Yeah, both of you. So don't get too excited is what I try to tell people. It doesn't mean the case is gone. It just means I'm releasing you. You don't have bond. You don't have any orders not to go places. All I'm saying is if you're not in court and that court date goes forward, which is up to the county attorney, they have to file the charge, et cetera. But if it goes forward and you're not there, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. Okay. So that's why I gave you a number to call. So just do that a few days before the 20th, okay? All right, if you step to your left, you've got your paperwork. It still takes hours to be released. Try to be patient. This is the central release facility for the entire county jail system. So be patient, it'll be a few hours, but hopefully it'll be out soon.
I
Yes,
do
go
have
ahead.
one question. So, they said that I had 2 warrants out for.
Oh, those might have been city ones.
Yeah.
Yes, now that I look at it, I apologize. I like to warn people. You
Yeah.
have a couple of looks like Phoenix warrants. You see those, officer? He sees those. So you're probably on the 4 p.m. calendar for Phoenix, so you're gonna be here longer. I'm sorry. Their courtroom is literally next door. So try to be patient. It's gonna be a long day.
Oh, that one will be separate.
Correct. Totally different court. I have no jurisdiction over their cases. I've released you in this one,
Yeah.
but you still gotta deal with them, and so
Okay.
good luck with that.
And then I'll talk to the lawyer about everything that happened.
In this
And
new
that's-
felony case,
yeah.
I did appoint a lawyer for you, which you'll meet them at your next court date.
Okay.
And you can take up your defense, and you can take up all of those questions. Yeah, but hopefully you don't end up stuck on Phoenix, but that's up to the Phoenix judge.
Okay.
All right,
thank
good
you so
luck.
much.
No problem. Okay, then we have no house calls.
Yep.
Again, that must be due to skilled DOing, so thank you very much. Clearly, right? All right, then we're gonna stand in recess. Oh my God, that's like the Christmas.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated.
Gracias a todos. Pueden tomar asiento. For the record, Your Honor, Sylvia Fisher, court interpreter.
Good afternoon, Ms. Fisher. Thank you for joining us.
Gracias.
We could, Jose Rios in the first chair.
Okay.
And Roman Campos in the second chair.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for Tuesday, August 5th.
Buenas tardes a todos. Soy la comisionada Hughes. Estas son las vistas iniciales de las 2 de la tarde para el martes 5 de agosto.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA samples and fingerprints issued on the first calendar of August will apply to the hearings on this calendar.
Las órdenes judiciales en cuanto a la toma de muestras de ADN dactilares que se emitieron durante la primera lista de causas durante el mes de agosto también se aplicarán a todas las audiencias del día de hoy.
As we get started in here this afternoon, I will call each of you into the courtroom one at a time.
Al comenzar esta tarde voy a convocar a cada uno de ustedes de forma individual para que ingrese a la sala.
I will ask one of you to stand behind the gray podium in front of me in the courtroom. I'll ask the next 2 people I intend to call into the courtroom to line up in the 2 chairs right inside this door where I believe those 2 gentlemen are sitting.
Primero voy a pedir que la primera persona ingrese a la sala y que se pare detrás del podio de color gris que está delante de mí. Luego las siguientes 2 personas tomarán asientos en los 2 asientos que están por la puerta de la sala donde están esos 2 señores.
Once you are in the courtroom, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth, then I'll explain to you why you're here.
Después de ingresar a la sala, voy a pedir que me den sus nombres completos y sus fechas de nacimiento y les voy a explicar la razón por la cual se encuentran aquí.
You all have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case. When you're in the courtroom, I will tell you whether you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer.
Todos ustedes tienen el derecho a ser representados por un abogado en un caso en materia penal. Al ingresar a la sala, les voy a decir si califican para un abogado de oficio.
Whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer, you all always have the right to hire a private lawyer if you wish to.
Si califican para un abogado de oficio o no, todos siempre tienen el derecho a contratar a su propio abogado.
While you're in the courtroom, you'll also get your next court hearing dates and times that you'll be required to attend.
Al estar en la sala, van a recibir la información que corresponde a sus siguientes citas judiciales, que incluyen la siguiente cita y también la hora de la siguiente cita, y ustedes deberán asistir a esas audiencias.
The last thing that we'll do while you're in here is go over on what terms and conditions you could potentially be released from custody.
Y por último, mientras están en la sala, vamos a hablar de las condiciones con las que tendré que cumplir si los pongo en libertad.
You all also have the right to remain silent. Anything that you choose to say in the courtroom this afternoon can be used against you.
Y también todos tienen el derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que digan mientras están en la sala esta tarde se puede usar en su contra en el futuro.
Unless you have made arrangements with a private lawyer, there will not be a lawyer in the courtroom to defend you this afternoon.
A menos que hayan hecho algún acuerdo con un abogado particular, no habrá ningún abogado para defenderlos en esta sala esta tarde.
Regardless of whether or not you have a lawyer in here this afternoon, I encourage all of you not to make any statements regarding the facts about why you're here, because those statements could be used against you.
Si incluso no han contratado a ningún abogado para representarlos esta tarde, les advierto que no deben hablar o no deben decir ninguna declaración en cuanto a los hechos del caso, porque sus declaraciones se pueden usar en su contra.
Last thing before we get started is that all of the information that you get while you're in the courtroom will be given to you in a written document when you step back into that room. Please keep that with you wherever you go from here today.
Por último, antes de comenzar, toda la información que recibirán durante su permanencia en la sala, la recibirán en la documentación por escrito que recibirán después de la audiencia. Deben guardar esa hoja consigo a donde vayan hoy día.
Okay, can I please have Jose Baez Ruiz into the courtroom behind the gray podium?
José Baez Ruiz dentro de la sala y detrás del podio.
Can I please have your full name and date of birth?
Su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento, señor.
My name is José Bernardo Martínez Ruiz.
My name is José Bernardo Martín Baez Ruiz. ¿Cuál es su fecha de nacimiento, señor?
August 20, 1978. No, soy
August.
Dice Ruiz. José Bernardo Martínez Ruiz, right?
José Bernardo Martín Ruiz, correct?
Okay.
Jose Martín Baez Ruiz.
Yeah, this is him.
José Martín Baez.
Oh, Baez.
Jose Martín Baez Ruiz.
Oh, that's you. I'm sorry. Because
Okay. All right, push him out. Sir, do you need a Spanish interpreter or do you speak English?
You speak English or you need interpreter? No, I understand. So you want interpreter or you want English? No, he needs interpreter.
No, but do you need an interpreter? Or do you speak English? You speak English? Okay. All right, sorry about that. Thank you for standing up. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Señor, por favor, su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
José Martín Baez Ruiz, 1 de enero de 1982.
José Martín Baez Ruiz, January 1st, 1982.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on allegations of new charges.
Muchas gracias, señor. Usted se encuentra aquí por nuevas acusaciones en su contra.
The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony.
Las acusaciones en su contra son las siguientes: tenencia de drogas narcóticas, delito de clase 4.
1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony.
Un punto acusatorio de tenencia de arminículos para el consumo de drogas, delito de clase 6.
1 count of assault and 1 count of criminal damage. Those are both Class 1 misdemeanors.
Un punto acusatorio de agresión, además de un punto acusatorio de daños en propiedad ajena. Las dos acusaciones son faltas de clase 1.
I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you.
Determino que hay fundamento de procesamiento en cuanto a las acusaciones en su contra y le he designado un abogado de defensoría pública para representarlo.
Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 20th and then a preliminary hearing August 22nd, both at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Sus siguientes citas judiciales son una audiencia de actualización el 20 de agosto y una audiencia preliminar el 22 de agosto, las dos audiencias a las 8:30 de la mañana en el Tribunal Superior que se encuentra en el centro.
I am inclined to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, which means you would be released from custody without having to post a bond.
Estoy dispuesta a ponerlo en libertad bajo la supervisión de la Agencia de Control de Procesados. Eso significa que le pondría en libertad sin tener que pagar una fianza.
Upon release, you would then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings, and you would be required to contact pretrial services by phone once you're out of custody.
Eso significa que usted sería responsable de acudir a sus dos siguientes citas judiciales y tendría que contactar a la Agencia de Control de Procesados apenas que salga de esta cárcel.
You would also be required upon release not to have any contact with the alleged victim, which means you could not reside at the same location as that person.
También, después de que se le ponga en libertad, se requiere que no tenga ningún contacto con la supuesta víctima. Eso significa que no puede vivir en el mismo lugar que esa persona.
You would also be ordered not to possess any weapons or to consume alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription.
Eso también significa que no podría tener en su poder ningún tipo de arma, no podría consumir ningún tipo de alcohol o ninguna droga sin una receta vigente.
Do you understand all of those conditions, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if released without a bond?
Entonces, ¿comprende usted todas las condiciones y en caso que sí, está dispuesto usted a cumplir con todas esas condiciones si lo pongo en libertad sin tener que pagar una fianza?
Sí, señoría.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Then you can step back to your left and he'll give you a copy of your paperwork.
Muchas gracias, señor. Puede pasar a su lado izquierdo. El oficial tiene su documentación.
Have a seat over here.
Okay, can I have Ramon Campos into the courtroom behind the podium, please?
Ramón Campos, dentro de la sala, detrás del podio.
Can I please have your name and date of birth, sir?
Por favor, señor, por favor, su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Ramón López Campos, agosto 31, 1981.
Ramón López Campos, August 31st, 1981.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a failure to appear warrant issued by the West Mesa Justice Court on a misdemeanor assault case.
Muchas gracias, señor. Usted se encuentra aquí por una orden de detención por su falta de comparecencia al juzgado de paz de West Mesa por el ilícito de agresión que constituye una falta.
Because the underlying allegation in that case is a misdemeanor, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, but you can hire a lawyer if you wish to be represented.
Ya que esa acusación en ese caso corresponde a una falta, usted no tiene derecho a un abogado de oficio, pero si usted desea, puede contratar a su propio abogado.
Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 19th at 8:30 in the West Mesa Justice Court.
Su siguiente cita judicial es una vista incoatoria de no culpable el 19 de agosto a las 8:30 de la mañana en el Juzgado de Paz de West Mesa.
I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, which means you would be released from custody and then required to get yourself to your next court hearing.
Estoy dispuesta a ponerlo en libertad bajo caución personal. Eso significa que cuando le pongan en libertad, usted tendría que ser responsable para acudir a su siguiente cita judicial.
Upon release, you would be ordered not to possess any weapons or consume any drugs without a valid prescription.
Después de ponerlo en libertad, no podría tener en su poder ningún tipo de arma, no podría consumir ningún tipo de droga sin una receta vigente.
Do you understand those conditions and agree that you'll abide by them if released without a bond?
¿Usted comprende las condiciones y está de acuerdo con cumplir con las mismas si lo pongo en libertad sin tener que pagar una fianza?
Así estoy de acuerdo. Nomás quería hacerle una pregunta, no sé si se puede.
Yes, I am in agreement, but I just have a question. I don't know if I could ask my question.
Yes, go ahead.
Sí, adelante.
Sí dice que no me presenté yo a esa corte, pero yo sí me presenté. Tengo yo el papel donde la muchacha del escritorio me lo firmó.
You said that I didn't go to that court hearing, but I did go to that court hearing. I have paperwork from the girl who was sitting behind the desk that she signed.
Okay, gather that paperwork and take it to your next court hearing. There's nothing I can do about the fact that that court issued a warrant saying you didn't appear.
Usted debe llevar esa documentación a su siguiente cita judicial. No hay nada que yo pueda hacer porque ese juzgado indica que usted no compareció y emitió una orden para su detención.
But if you have that paperwork and you take it to the judge that issued the warrant, that judge might be able to clear up that confusion.
Pero si usted lleva esa documentación al juzgado, específicamente al juez, quien emitió la orden de su detención, es posible que pueda usted resolver esa confusión.
Any other questions?
¿Preguntas adicionales?
No, era todo. Muchas gracias.
No, that was it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can step back to your left.
Gracias. Señor, puede pasar a su lado izquierdo.
Have a seat, third row.
Ms. Fisher, will you make an inquiry of the gallery, please, before you disconnect?
And would you also like the interpreter to ask if someone can raise their hand if they do need an interpreter, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
Of course, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más que requiera de los servicios de la intérprete? En caso que sí, por favor, levante la mano.
Yes.
Okay, sounds like we have one more.
Okay.
Well, come on in.
Ingrese.
No, I didn't give you no paperwork. No, I don't know what you did with that.
When I come, I put my papers right here.
Sorry.
40 you need.
What papers?
My paperwork. When I come over here, I put it right here somewhere.
What paper did you have with you?
For my charges, that's it.
Okay, well, we'll give you new paperwork that has your charges.
Thank you.
Le vamos a entregar la documentación, la nueva documentación con sus acusaciones, ¿ok?
So what I'm going to ask for your name and date of birth, but I'm going to request that since you asked for a Spanish interpreter, that you please allow the interpreter an opportunity to interpret my English to Spanish, and then please communicate in Spanish, allowing the interpreter an opportunity to translate that back to English, please.
Okay.
Le voy a
Gracias.
pedir que me dé sus nombres completos y su fecha de nacimiento. Pero le pido, por favor, que permita que la intérprete interprete lo que yo voy a decir de inglés al español y luego usted puede comunicarse en español, pero también tiene que dar a la intérprete la oportunidad de interpretar lo que usted va a decir al inglés, ¿ok?
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Can I please have your full name and date of birth?
Su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
José Bernardo Martínez Ruiz, 20 de agosto de 1978.
Your Honor, can the interpreter just ask for a second repetition on one of his last names?
Yes, please.
¿Es Martínez o Martín?
Martínez.
Okay. José Bernardo Martínez Ruiz, August 20th, 1978.
Thank you, sir. You are here on an initial arrest warrant issued by the Kyrene Justice Court.
Gracias, señor. Usted se encuentra aquí por una orden inicial de detención que fue emitida por el Juzgado de Paz de Kyrene.
The allegations in that arrest warrant are 4 counts of endangerment, all Class 1 misdemeanors.
Las acusaciones en esa orden de detención son 4 puntos acusatorios de conducta peligrosa, falta de clase 1.
And 1 count of reckless driving, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Y un punto acusatorio de conducción con temeridad, falta de clase 1.
According to the warrant, these offenses are all alleged to have been committed February 23rd of 2024.
Según la orden de detención, todas esas acusaciones se consumaron el 23 de febrero del 2024.
Because these underlying allegations are all misdemeanor offenses, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, but you have the right to hire a lawyer if you wish to.
Ya que todas esas acusaciones son faltas, no tiene derecho a un abogado de oficio, pero usted siempre tiene derecho a contratar a su propio abogado.
Your next hearing in this case will be an arraignment hearing August 20th. It'll be at 9:30 in the morning in the Kyrene Justice Court.
Su siguiente cita judicial es una vista incoatoria no culpable el 20 de agosto a las 9:30 de la mañana en el Juzgado de Paz de Kyrene.
I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, which means you would get out of custody without a bond and you would have to get yourself to your next court hearing.
Estoy dispuesta a ponerlo en libertad. Eso significa que usted saldrá de la cárcel sin tener que pagar una fianza, pero tendría que acudir a sus siguientes citas judiciales.
Upon release from custody, you would be ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription and not to operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license.
Si la pongo en libertad, no podría tener en su poder ningún tipo de droga sin una receta vigente, no podría manejar un vehículo sin una licencia de conducir.
Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Martinez Ruiz, and agree that you'll abide by them if you're released?
Señor Martínez Ruiz, ¿comprende usted las condiciones y está dispuesto usted a cumplir con esas condiciones si le pongo en libertad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That's your...
¿Puedo decirle algo algo rápido en inglés?
Can I say something to you very quickly in English?
You can say something to me, but since you've requested a Spanish interpreter, please say it in Spanish and let her interpret.
Ya, usted me puede decir algo, pero como ha solicitado los servicios de la intérprete, debe hablar en español y ella puede interpretar sus declaraciones.
Okay. Yo ya dejé de manejar y ese medicamento que me puso así, ya no lo estoy tomando porque yo salí de un coma. Y por mi voluntad yo dejé de manejar y sigo en la iglesia ayudando a la gente de la calle.
So I stopped driving because I was taking a medication. I stopped taking the medication, but I had been taking it. I had been in a coma. So I stopped doing that and I started helping out people that were on the streets through my church.
Okay. I'm not saying you can't drive, but just don't drive if you don't have a driver's license. If you have one, it's okay for you to drive.
No lo estoy diciendo que no puede manejar. Usted puede manejar si tiene una licencia de conducir, pero solamente puede manejar si tiene una licencia. Si no, no puede.
Okay, gracias. Dios la bendiga.
Thank you. God bless.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can step back to your left. We'll give you new paperwork with all that information in it.
Gracias, señor. Puede pasar a su lado izquierdo. Le vamos a dar la documentación con toda esa información.
Okay, Madam Interpreter, thank you very much. I think he was our final Spanish matter, so you're free to disconnect.
Thank you, Ana.
Okay, can I please have Joseph Martinez into the courtroom now? Okay, good afternoon to you all. Mr. Martinez, if I could start by asking you to please state your full name and date of birth.
Yes, Joseph Paul Martinez, February 24th, 1999.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. And I know I just talked to him, but I'm going to go in reverse order. Can I get the appearance of counsel for the state, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon, Ms. Gaunt. Thank you for joining us virtually. And appearance of counsel for defendant.
Robert Rojas, who's present with the defendant who's in custody, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rojas. Thank you for being here and for joining us. Okay, Mr. Martinez, you are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of interfering with a crime scene investigation, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I will admit that the allegations in the Form 4 are sparse, but I do believe that they do meet the minimum elements of required for probable cause. Before I officially make that determination, Mr. Rojas, any argument against probable cause?
Not at this juncture, Your Honor.
Okay, then I will find probable cause to support those allegations. Mr. Martinez, your lawyer's notice of appearance was complete for the entirety of this case, so I am not making a determination as to whether or not you would otherwise be entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. I am going to note Mr. Rojas's appearance. He will now be your counsel of record. Mr. Rojas, all communications going forward will be made through you.
Thank you.
Okay, next court hearings in this matter will be a status conference August 20th and then a preliminary hearing August 22nd. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Before I consider or impose release conditions, can I please start by hearing the recommendation from the state?
Thank you, Your Honor. As the court is aware from the state's written recommendation, the state is recommending a pretrial services release. Although we certainly don't condone the alleged actions of Mr. Martinez, we do think that there were some extenuating circumstances given the very emotional situation that was occurring at the time of these allegations. Our understanding is that he only has 1 prior misdemeanor conviction. I believe it was for a criminal trespass, and he did earn that misdemeanor having successfully completed probation. So we don't believe he has any history of violence of any kind. We think, in fact, that these allegations, that this was an aberrant behavior for him given the very heightened emotional situation that was going on. So we believe that a pretrial services release will be sufficient in order to ensure that he appears in court, as well as that he continues to abide by the law while the case is pending. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gaunt. Mr. Rojas, I think that sounds reasonable to me, but I will give you an opportunity. Any argument, counter-argument, recommendation regarding release?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe in this particular case, based on the situation, that the OR is sufficient. He's never failed to appear. He has counsel. We're both here. He's no threat to the community. 0 threat for flight. The victims are police officers that my client will not have any contact with, so I believe an OR would be appropriate.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rojas.
And further, Your Honor, we're trying to get him out as soon as possible. The child who fell in the pool is still in ICU. We're trying to get all the family together. So as soon as we could get him released, the better. We're trying to get everybody together because we're not certain she's going to make it.
Okay. I'm kind of piecing together from what everybody's telling me sort of the gravity of the situation. I think all that information was sort of not relevant to the criminal allegations here, so I didn't have a lot of it. But it sounds like there is some immediate underlying situation that potentially gave rise to the circumstances that resulted in these criminal charges. It sounds like that situation does appear to be a potentially grave situation. I certainly have no intent, based on my finding that the defendant does not pose a generalized risk of harm to the community, a danger to the community. I agree with the state that he doesn't appear to pose a flight risk. Counsel, he lives in Arizona?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will go ahead and release you on your own recognizance, Mr. Martinez. That means you'll be released from custody. You won't have to post a bond. Upon release, please stay in contact with your lawyer. Make sure you attend your next court hearings. I'm sure he will help you keep track of those dates and get you there if you need any assistance. Is the scene of these alleged offenses where the defendant resides?
It's my listed address, but it's not currently where I reside. No, I live in an apartment, maybe like a mile or two down the way.
If I order no returning to the scene, does that, and you can talk to your lawyer about this before you answer, does that pose any sort of problem or concern for you? Maybe answer to your lawyer and let him decide what information to give me.
The home where this almost drowning occurred is his father's house. I'm sure there are going to be, depending on how this resolves itself, there's going to be many gatherings there. Again, he's no threat to anyone there. He was no threat to his niece, or goddaughter, excuse me, who's a victim in this matter. So.
Okay. All right. Then I will not prohibit you from returning to that location. Upon release, it doesn't sound like this is going to be a problem, but please do not make any attempt to initiate contact with the law enforcement officers involved in this situation. Don't possess any drugs without a valid prescription. If for some reason you don't have a valid driver's license, don't operate a motor vehicle. Anything else I need to address before I excuse this matter, Ms. Gahn?
I said no, Your Honor. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I did not. Sorry. Thank you very much. Anything else I need to address, Mr. Rojas?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you all very much. We'll get paperwork reprinted for your client. Do you want all the copies, or do you want him to take one with him?
I will take the copy.
You'll take them all. Okay. I have, Mr. Rojas, I have a full calendar left, so if you'd like an opportunity to talk to your client in that room, you're free to take it. Otherwise, everybody can go on their way.
We met before the hearing.
Okay. No additional?
No.
Okay. Then, Mr. Martinez, you can step back to your left. You'll go into the release process. Mr. Rojas, if you'll just wait for paperwork, we'll get you out the door.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all. Ronald Folk, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Quentin Borders, if you would take a seat in the first chair right inside the door. David Weaverling, if you'd please take a seat in the second chair. Right behind this podium, if you would, please, sir. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Ronald Wayne Falk, 10/12/57.
Thank you, Mr. Folk. You are here on a grand jury warrant. A state grand jury was convened and found probable cause to return an indictment against you. That indictment contains one count of fraudulent schemes and artifices and one count of theft or being in control of stolen property. They are both Class 2 felonies, both alleged to have been committed May 16th of 2024. I did appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 12th. It will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $10,000 cash-only bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot initiate contact with any alleged victims, witnesses, or co-defendants, if there are any and you know who they are, and you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription if you're released. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Folk. You can step back and get your paperwork. Quentin Borders, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. Weaverling, if you would please shift over to the first chair, then if I could have Blake Tate in the second chair, please. Can I please have your name and date of birth?
My name is Quentin Borders, 31083.
Say your date of birth one more time for me, please.
31083.
Thank you, Mr. Borders. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, that's a class 4 felony, and 1 count of being in a public park after hours, that's a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations. It looks like you may have indicated that you intend to hire a private lawyer, but in the meantime, if you do, that's completely fine. You have every right to do that. I am determining that you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, and I'm appointing a public defender to represent you. If you don't hire a private lawyer, again, completely fine. The public defender will represent you. If you do hire a public lawyer, your lawyer will know what to do to tell the court that you've hired him or her, and then the public defender will withdraw. Okay. So you can proceed however you feel is best for you, but you have a public defender now. You don't have to stick with that public defender if you don't wish to. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 11th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing August 14th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the morning in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, you have a $10,000 secured appearance bond. That means you have the option of using a bonding company if you choose to. If you do post that bond and you are released from custody, upon release, you are prohibited from possessing any weapons. You also are not allowed to possess any drugs without a valid prescription if you do end up out of custody. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Borders?
Yes, I do, but I wanted to ask a question, though.
Sure, go ahead.
Cool. I'm not like a risk of leaving, a threat risk or anything. I've have issues in the past and came through every court date, completed the probation, everything. I don't see the reason, because I won't be able to do anything. I literally have doctor's appointment for my wrist and stuff like that, and I have obligations.
So here's what I'll tell you.
I don't know what to do.
2 things. 1, that bond is not being imposed because the court has determined that you pose a flight risk. That bond is being imposed in part based on your prior criminal history and prior weapons offenses. And the second thing I will tell you is the county attorney's office submitted a written recommendation on release conditions in this matter. They've requested a $25,000 secured appearance bond. I determined that $10,000 was the least onerous condition in this case based on your prior criminal history. So I've considered several of the points that you have just made. I didn't know about the medical situation, but yeah. I've considered your prior criminal history, your prior lack of failure to appear in determining that bond amount. So you will have to post that in order to be eligible for release. When it comes to your medical care, Mr. Borders, what I will tell you is in the event that you don't post that bond and you stay in custody, at least until your first hearing on the 11th, any medical conditions that you're currently experiencing will be the responsibility of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. So like I said, if you don't post that bond, you'll be in custody at least until the 11th when you go to your first court hearing. And between now and the 11th, if you're in custody and you need medical attention, please communicate that to jail staff at whatever facility you're at so that they can make sure your medical needs are met. Any other questions?
Is there any way in the future that I can get the bond reduced or just taken away for I can actually pay y'all money?
Potentially. Yeah, potentially that could happen at your next court hearing.
Because I literally had a doctor's appointment today, which doesn't matter anymore right now, but I do have really therapy on my arm, and I had titanium all in my wrist and my arm. So
yeah.
It's like,
so the answer to that is potentially. You can talk to your lawyer about that. At your next hearing, that judge might consider a reduction or elimination of that bond.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Borders. You can step back and get your paperwork. David Weaverling, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Ricky White, if I could ask you to please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
David Weaverling, 7/25/97.
Thank you, Mr. Weaverling. You are here on a probation violation warrant issued by the Apache County Superior Court. If you don't already have a lawyer assigned to you in that Apache County probation case, I've determined you are entitled to one. The Apache County judge will appoint one for you at your next court hearing. Okay. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 8th. It will be at 8:30 in the morning in Apache County. I have imposed a $10,000 secured appearance bond on that warrant. It appears as though Apache County intended for you to be held without bond, but I couldn't clearly tell that from the warrant. So you'll have a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you get out of custody here in Maricopa County, please make sure that you get yourself to Apache County on August 8th at 8:30, because if you post this and you get out and you don't go, I am almost certain that their next warrant will very clearly ask you to be held without bond. So it's not clear to me right now, so I'm giving you a bond out of an abundance of caution, but I want you to understand that if you post that and you get out and in essence blow this chance, you won't get that the next time. Okay, any questions?
Yeah, so I work here in Phoenix, and I don't have like any family down here or no support or anything down here, so I think I'm paying for my lawyer now. I have a private lawyer, but I can't afford to keep paying for my lawyer if I can't, like, get to work. I don't know. So, I mean, would you say a non-secure bond, or you said?
It's secure. It's secured, so you could use a bonding company.
Okay.
I've also made an indigency finding, so I've determined you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. I'm not telling you you have to fire your private lawyer. That's not what I'm saying. But in the event that circumstances with your private lawyer don't continue for whatever reason, you're entitled to representation in this case.
Okay.
Anything else?
So I only have to, how much, what does that mean, a secure bond?
So it means you can use a bonding company. My general understanding is that bonding companies require a minimum of 10% down, so it would be $1,000, but what I will encourage you to do if you want to try to use a bonding company is find a list back in the jail and start calling them. That's my general understanding of what they require, but I don't want you to rely on me. Call them and see what they would require in your specific circumstances. I think there's a list of maybe like 8 or 10 of them. You could call all of them and see if you can find one that will work with you.
Okay. And if I don't pay the bond, I'll be, here until August 8th?
I don't know specifically. So if you don't post that bond, you would stay in custody. I don't know at what point Apache County might come and get you. Potentially, they could come on the morning of, very early on the morning of the 8th and take you to court. Potentially, they would come tomorrow and transport you, and you'd stay up there before your hearing. I don't know at what point you would be transported, but you would not be released from custody, at least until after you saw the Apache judge on the 8th.
Okay. August 8th at 8:30 in the morning.
Correct.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Blake Tate, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Faith Patterson, if you'd work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Blake Anthony Brian Tate, on March 7th, 1995.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tate. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is 1 count of aggravated assault. It is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 11th and then a preliminary hearing August 14th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On this allegation, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot go back to the scene where the underlying events giving rise to this allegation took place. You also cannot have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses. And if you're released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons upon release. Do you understand those conditions?
You said a bond, so I'm not leaving?
Not unless you post that bond. If you post that bond, you are able to be released. If you don't post it, you'll stay in custody at least until your first hearing on the 11th. Any other questions, Mr. Tate?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Ricky White, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Dakota Ortega Wimberly, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Ricky White. Unless you're Ricky White, go ahead and have a seat.
Yeah. Ricky White? Yes, ma'am.
All right, come on up to the podium if you would, please, Mr. White.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your name and date of birth?
My name is Ricky White, birth date of 9/8/66.
Say it again for me, please.
9/8/66.
Not 9/21?
It's 9, they made a mistake on that.
So your real date of birth is 9/8?
66, yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. White, you are here on 5 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of driving under the influence, and 1 count of driving on a suspended driver's license. Those last 2 are Class 1 misdemeanors. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you against them. Your next court hearings on those new allegations will be a status conference August 11th and then a preliminary hearing August 14th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. The next 4 matters, or all the other 4 matters you're here on, are allegations that those new charges violated Term 1 of your probation in all 4 of those cases. I appointed a lawyer to represent you in all of the probation matters. Your next hearing in that matter is going to be the 12th at 8:30, so right in the middle of your other hearings. So you'll have court the 11th, 12th, and 13th, all at 8:30. On these 5 matters, you have a total secured appearance bond of $3,000. It's $2,000 total on the 4 probation cases, $1,000 total on the new allegations. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And upon release, you cannot operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. White. You can step back and get your paperwork.
No chance at ankle monitor or nothing?
Say that again?
No chance at release?
Well, you can get released if you post that bond.
That's only.
Yeah, I can't give you an ankle monitor because you're already on probation. So you're already being supervised by your probation officer.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. White. Faith Patterson, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please. Paul Caceres, if you please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Faith Patterson, 12/12/2006.
Thank you very much, Ms. Patterson. You are here on a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a status conference in an existing felony drug case. You have a lawyer already assigned to represent you in that matter. That lawyer will continue to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a new status conference August 11th and then a preliminary hearing August 14th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you are ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
So that means I won't be released today?
It means you won't be released unless you post that bond, yes. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Can I please have Dakota Ortega Wimberly into the courtroom behind the podium? Ray Glass, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, my name is Dakota Monique Ortega Wimberly. Date of birth is 1/30/1983.
Thank you very much. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support those 2 new allegations. The second matter you're here on is an allegation that those new charges violated Term 1 of your probation. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you in both cases. Your next court hearings in the new case will be a status conference August 11th and then a preliminary hearing the 14th. Your next hearing in the probation matter will be a revocation arraignment August 12th. So 11, 12, 14, all at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On these 2 matters, you have a total secured appearance bond of $550. It's $500 on the probation case, $50 on the new charges. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Okay, can I please have Paul Cazares into the courtroom behind the podium? Monte Andres, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Paul Casares Jr., 8/29/88.
Thank you, Mr. Cazares. You are here on a probation violation warrant issued by the Peoria Municipal Court. It is a misdemeanor probation violation, but you are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer at a minimum for purposes of release conditions on that warrant. That lawyer will be appointed for you by the Peoria judge at your next court hearing. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing August 7th. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria Municipal Court. On that warrant, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork. Ray Glass, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Shayna Ballinger, if you'd work your way to the second chair.
Yes.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Ray A. Glass,
And what's your date of birth, Mr. Glass?
12761.
Thank you very much. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment. It'll be August 12th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $100 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons and you cannot consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Glass. You can step back and get your paperwork. Monte Andres, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Carlos Raymond, if you'd work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Monty Earl Andrus, July 28, 1967.
Thank you, Mr. Andrus. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 20th and then a preliminary hearing August 22nd. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you would be released from custody. You would not be required to post a bond. Upon release, you would be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings. You would also be required to make contact with pretrial services once you're out of custody. That's as simple as giving them a call as soon as you get out. Their contact information will be in a packet that you get with your release paperwork. Once you're out of custody, you would also be ordered not to return to the scene where the alleged trespassing offense took place, and you could not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Andrus, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Then you can step back and get all of your paperwork.
There you go. Third row, closest to the door.
Shayna Ballinger, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Michael Gomez, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, if you please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Shayna Leanne Ballinger, 4/19/2000.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ballinger. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of assault and 1 count of disorderly conduct. They are both misdemeanor allegations. You are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer to represent you in this case. That lawyer will be appointed for you at your next court hearing by the next judge you see. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing August 19th. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Santan Justice Court.
Yes, ma'am.
I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, so you would be released from custody. You would not be required to post a bond. You would be responsible for getting yourself to your hearing on August 19th. Upon release, you would also be ordered not to return to the scene where the alleged underlying offenses took place. You could not have contact with any alleged victim or witness. If those orders mean that I'm ordering you not to return to your primary residence, you would have to find an alternate residence at least until your first hearing on the 19th. You would be entitled to 1 civil standby, which means law enforcement could escort you back to that location 1 time between now and the 19th to retrieve any items you have at that location that you might need between now and the 19th. Upon release, you would also be ordered not to possess any weapons and not to consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
If any orders of protection have been served upon you or are later served upon you, you would be required to comply with the terms of those orders.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what questions do you have, Ms. Ballinger?
I don't have any. You answered them.
Okay, thank you very much. Then you can step back and get your paperwork. Carlos Raymond, if you would please work your way into the courtroom.
How you doing, Mel?
Good. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Carlos Raymond, November 8th, 1992.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond. Okay, you are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation is one count of disorderly conduct. It is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I determined that you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. The lawyer that will represent you will be appointed by the next judge you see at your next court hearing. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 19th. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll take place in the Santan Justice Court. In addition to the factual allegations in this case, I've also received a written statement from the alleged victim. The alleged victim in this case indicated that he or she did not feel threatened. He or she did not believe that there were any attempts to harm him or her being made. The alleged victim has asked that this court dismiss the case and release you. I will tell you, Mr. Raymond, at this point in the proceedings, no formal charges have been filed. Whether or not charges are filed is up to the county attorney. It is not up to this court. So when you go to court on the 19th at 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll find out whether charges have been filed or not. Leaving this hearing, though, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. So you will get out of custody. That means you'll be responsible for getting yourself to your hearing at the Santan Justice Court on August 19th at 9 o'clock. Upon release, I am going to order that you not have contact with the alleged victim. That means that under no circumstance can you reside at the same location as the alleged victim. That's true at least until your first hearing on the 19th. That condition could potentially change or be changed by the next judge you see on the 19th. Between now and the 19th, though, no contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons once out of custody, and you cannot consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand all of those conditions, Mr. Raymond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Michael Gomez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Michael Anthony Gomez, 11/6/88.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gomez. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are one count of shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support the misdemeanor shoplifting offense, but I did not find probable cause to support the dangerous drug allegation. My finding of no probable cause doesn't mean that felony allegation is dismissed. It is possible that the county attorney's office will file formal charges on it, but for purposes of this hearing here today, I am not considering that dangerous drug allegation in regards to determining your release conditions.
Okay.
You are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. I've appointed a public defender to represent you. That lawyer will defend you against any charges formally filed as a result of this arrest. So if the county attorney does file a charge on that drug allegation, the lawyer I've appointed here today will defend you against that. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 20th, and then you'll have a preliminary hearing the 22nd. Those will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance on that misdemeanor shoplifting allegation. That means you would be released without having to post a bond. Upon release, you could not go back to the location where that alleged offense was committed. You also could not possess any drugs without a valid prescription upon release. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Gomez, and do you agree that you'll abide by them?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Okay, number 3 on the calendar, Forrester Austin Sayer David, date of birth 8/18/92, is not in the courtroom because he was unable to function in general population due to combative behavior. He is here on allegations of new charges. Those allegations are one count of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, and one count of resisting arrest, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations and appointed a public defender to represent him. His next court hearings will be a status conference August 11th and a preliminary hearing August 14th, both at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. He has a $5,000 secured appearance bond on those allegations. Number 7 on the calendar, Nathaniel Richard Jarling, date of birth 8/31/93, is not in the courtroom because he was unable to function in general population due to combative behavior. He is here on allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support the misconduct involving weapons allegation. I did not find probable cause to support the drug-related offenses. I appointed a lawyer to represent him. His next court hearings will be a status conference August 11th and a preliminary hearing August 14th, both at 8:30 downtown. On the misconduct involving weapons allegation, he has a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Number 29 on the calendar, Rachel D. Wilhite, date of birth 3/30/77, is not in the courtroom because she poses a danger to herself or others. She is here on allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 2 counts of aggravated assault, both Class 4 felonies, 1 count of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of assault, both misdemeanor allegations. I did find probable cause to support those allegations and appointed a lawyer to defend her. Her next court hearings will be a status conference August 11th and a preliminary hearing the 14th, both at 8:30 downtown. She has a $5,000 secured appearance bond on those allegations. Number 10 on the calendar, Sean Woodring, date of birth 10/7/1990, is not in the courtroom because he was unable to function in general population and refusing orders of jail staff. He is here on allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations and appointed a lawyer to defend him. His next court hearings will be a status conference August 20th and a preliminary hearing the 22nd, both at 8:30 downtown. I am intending to release him on his own recognizance. Last on the calendar, number 14, Stephen Jordan Findura, date of birth 8/22/89, is not in the courtroom because he was unable to function in general population due to bizarre behavior. He is here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation and appointed a lawyer to defend him. His next court hearings will be a status conference August 20th and a preliminary hearing the 22nd, both at 8:30 downtown, and I do intend to release him on his own recognizance. If anything changes after I visit any of these individuals cell side, the court's final orders regarding their release conditions will be reflected in their written release orders. That concludes the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. This court will stand in recess until 5 p.m.